everyone!
Welcome back. I'm Jo'Van.
And I'm Brandice.
And we are the hosts of a brand new show called Closing the Gap. We are so excited that you're here. You may have wondered, why is our show called Closing the Gap? Well, we live in a time where there's tons of information out there, and it's hard to figure out what's true,
what's false,
what's meaningful,
and what will truly feed your soul. We wanted to create a platform, a safe space for young adults to express real issues, but with a godly perspective. If you want answers, well, this is the show for you.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe.
So, as you all know, an historical event happened recently. And that historical event is Coming to America 2. Classic, right? Coming to America was a classic, and they came through with the sequel on Amazon Prime. Brandice, did you see it?
I did.
What did you think? Did it live up to your expectations? Was it everything that you always dreamed Coming to America 2 would be?
Okay, you built that up way too high.
Yes.
But I did enjoy it.
Okay, good.
I don't think it could have lived up to the original. I mean, the original was a classic.
Absolutely.
So I think if people went in thinking it was going to live up to that, they
were disappointed.
Yeah. But if you just went in, this is for the culture, you just like expected like just a good entertainment, then that's what you would have got. And I enjoyed it from that aspect. I love the costumes. I love the cameos. It was great. I loved it. I laughed. I chuckled. What about you?
I loved it. I thought they did a good job with tying in a lot of the most significant moments from the first movie into the second one, because there was the whole scene where they went to when Eddie Murphy's character Hakeem went back to New York, Queens, to find his son, and they went to that bar that they went to in the first one, and I thought that was really cool because they made what's his name, Arsenio Hall, look young again when he was talking to the girl from SNL, Leslie Jones, yeah. And I thought that was really cool. Yeah. So, yeah.
I think they did good. I think for what it was a good movie. And I think they did good executing the movie.
Right.
So
it exists. We're just happy about that, right?
Yes, some good. Okay, this is one thing. Some good quality movies, because the movies lately, it hasn't been that good. I haven't had any good quarantine movies.
What's the last good movie you saw?
I don't know. Okay. I watched The Little Things, the Denzel movie. Did you watch that?
No.
It's on HBO Max, so if you haven't, check it out.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed the beginning. It was the end for me.
I do know what you're talking about. That's what everyone says about that movie.
It was like, oh, good, okay, I have a good movie. And then they just dropped
It's like
the
gave
ball.
up.
Yeah, it was just like, and then his partner, the guy who played in Queen, I'm not sure if you're, Rumi, sorry, I cannot remember his name.
Okay. Yes, the guy that played Freddie Mercury, yes.
Yes. In Queen, he was fabulous. Loved him.
Right.
This movie, he was like kind of awkward and just, it didn't work for me.
Got it.
I don't know. I haven't seen any good quarantine movies.
Quarantine.
Yes. I have not seen any like good movies lately, so either they're all dealing with COVID. I'm like, okay, I get it. We're dealing with COVID. But I haven't seen any. So this was like my first like actual really good movie that I've seen. I mean, I know some out there. I haven't seen them all. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some out there, but I have not seen them. And I was just like, so I was really excited to actually see a movie that I enjoyed.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm so happy.
Dope. Well, today the topic is cancel culture. Cancel culture. What is cancel culture?
You're canceled.
I'm canceled.
You're canceled.
What did I get canceled for?
That chain.
But it's the
motherland. It was a tweet that you did like 2 days ago.
Oh, or was it like 10 years ago?
It could have been.
Right.
I mean, people are...
The internet is savage and unforgiving.
That part.
Right.
It's like you can't do anything. I mean, they might go back to grade school for me. Like, I saw you on the monkey bars and you were not doing it properly.
And you picked your nose.
That part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, these days you get canceled for any and everything. Some justifiable. Some people are just not the best people. Let's just put it out there.
Right.
But then there are some people legit that are trying to live their best life, and somebody go dig in and do the timeline and say, hey, look at this.
I think cancel culture, what does it mean to cancel someone? What does it mean? What are we trying to accomplish here? Are we trying to cancel who they are, or stop the support of them? Because I understand it more especially when it's like entertainers, or when it's like entertainers, or when it's like people in the entertainment industry. It's very easy for me to understand that, if there's a musical artist, which we'll get to later, who is very problematic in, their treatment of people, I could see why canceling them in the terms of not supporting their music would make sense. Or you got guys like Harvey Weinstein, maybe canceling, I don't know, I feel like people aren't canceling the movies that he's been a part of and he's produced. So it's like, what are we canceling? Are we just how do you cancel this man?
I mean,
what is that?
Right, but I think that's the thing with people now. It's like, you're canceled. We don't want anything to do with you.
Right.
You make one mistake, and it's like, you cannot come back.
Yeah.
I mean, you are done in this industry and in life, basically. That's how it is portrayed to me, anyway.
Right.
So,
by the way, Harvey Weinstein deserved to be canceled. I definitely just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
He definitely should have been canceled. Okay. Just put that out there.
Let's be clear.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to try to be nice about that. But yes, agree, 100%.
Yeah. But if someone isn't a entertainer, it's like, do you have to be famous to be canceled? I feel
no, because you hear about stories all the time, like some random person do this one thing, and it's like, oh, he's canceled, and I'm like,
I see. That's the thing. I've never heard of a regular person being canceled.
Well, it's usually the term like a Karen or.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, there's other instances, I'm going blank, but there have been somebody do something that you don't think is morally acceptable for you or for the right people, and then you're like, nope, they're canceled, they're done. But for the most part, you do see it for entertainers or whatever, athletes or.
Right.
So.
And that's why that's why I tend to tie canceling is to not supporting. So if it's you got, all these different celebrities, and just you have famous people that have money, like the whole Papa John situation, which, we'll talk about. He's not an entertainer, but he is a big name. You know what I'm saying? So, it's, but I do feel like sometimes people go crazy because I feel like some people feel like they wield this power. They're like, if I say this person's canceled, they're done. I want to be on the beginning of the wave of canceling someone. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So I feel like it can get out of hand most definitely. Because then there becomes I think there's a point where people are being just sensitive. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, just because this makes you feel uncomfortable, that, everybody should cancel this person. And that's where I can't get with it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing is, and it's okay to have this different of opinions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like being racist or having just more absolute more different moral code. That's a whole different ball games. But just having a different opinion, you have to respect that.
Right.
We're not all different, so you can't just go around canceling people. They think differently than you. They voted differently than you, or whatever the case may be. I mean, I don't know if I want to go down that vote, but the people think, well, they voted for so and so, they must be so X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to cancel all of those people. But
yeah, so generalizing,
that part you can't generalize things or people for that matter, because if you do, there's no hope for redemption. You're not giving them grace or anything of that nature. So it's just a whole lot that comes with it. But there are some people, like we already said, that kind of deserve it. So who do you think are some examples of people who have been canceled, whether it's been good or bad, or they deserve it or not?
Well, before we get to that, in the comments, let us know what your definition of cancel culture is, because I feel like there can be different definitions. So what do you think cancel culture is based on what you've seen?
Yeah.
So some of the big names we've seen, canceled are like, okay, I'm gonna butcher this last name, Jesse Smollett. Smollett.
Yes.
Okay. Dave Chappelle calls him Juicy Smollett, and that's where I think
that's exactly what you
that's where I got the Smollett from. I think that's a lot better. Anyway, you got like Harvey Weinstein, of course. You got Papa John, which I think is the funniest one.
Listen,
Jeffrey Epstein, and then the R. Kelly. Yes. So
Lord.
let's start with the tastiest one. Papa John's pizza.
Listen, that broke my heart because I love me some Papa John's. Yeah.
Wow, really?
I did.
Racism tastes good to you? Is that what you're saying?
No.
That's what makes the pizza stand out? I'm just playing. Papa John's, I've had Papa John's one time, and it was.
You only had, times? You've only had it one time?
I had it one time. And
so what kind of pizza do you normally eat? I just have to ask
Domino's.
Well, you need to upgrade your life to Papa John's. I'm sorry.
Upgrade?
Well,
y'all's crust. Papa John's crust?
We're not going to go on that topic because there's a whole nother can of worms. Because I can't even believe he just said that. So I'm trying not to cancel him myself. So
Papa John recently had a statement saying that he's been working on not saying the N-word for 20 months. Or something like to that effect. And it was just like, the first question you have is, it took 20 months for you to not say the N-word? Or like, it's just like, what?
When Jo'Van told me this, I died. I was just like, first of all, I was like, wait, did you mean 20 weeks? And then he was like, no, 20 months. 2
years, almost 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Of consistent hard work.
I'm curious, what did the hard work look like? Like affirmations every day? Like, I will not use the N-word today. And how ingrained was this in your everyday life that you had to go 20 months to like stop saying that word? Like,
it's like, it must have been really ingrained. Like he wakes up in the morning, it's like, racial slur. Woo. All right, let's get some coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like, was it like that?
Right. Like, I mean, I joked like, how racist can you be? But then I was like, well, that's a joke because we clearly know that's. Anywho, but it's just that really, it's comical to me. Like 20 months.
Right. So I think that, being canceled because of that, and even the stuff he was doing in the past, I think that I understand that because you don't want to support someone who you feel like is racist, especially, you don't want to support that. Weinstein, right? So Weinstein, I mean, he was like using his power to get actresses to sleep with him.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? And that's definitely wrong. You know what I'm saying? 100%.
1,000%.
So, and then he was like, because he was even saying like, I'll fire you if you don't, or you won't get this role.
You will not be anything in this industry.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And that's definitely, getting canceled or shunned by society. I totally understand.
Yeah.
What about, what did you think about Smouye?
First of all, I'm not going to call it the wrong name too. So, bad influence. That one, I don't know what you want to believe that. I don't know. You wanted to believe that he wasn't like lying, that he didn't do all this huge like lie the story to like gain. I don't know what he thought he was going to gain with that, sympathy or increase his fame. I don't know. And I don't know. I'm blown. I don't know. I really don't know what to say about that one. It was just like, if he truly did that, then that's horrible. Like, they're playing on some people's emotions. And there are true people who are suffering, are getting hurt. And so if you do that just for clout or whatever, I don't know what the purpose of that was. If it's not true, then shame on you if it's not true.
Dave Chappelle had me weak because he was like, he was just like, can you imagine being in? Because he said he was in Chicago, right, when this happened. It's like, so you telling me that there was people that were like, this is MAGA country in Chicago? I thought that was so funny.
It was at the time that it happened. It was just, that story was just a lot. So it's very hard for me to believe that it was true. But at the same time, it's hard for me to think that somebody would think of some elaborate, crazy story like that and think, what did you think he thought that he was going to gain from that? Please, I can't even, like.
I feel like, I think some people, and I'm not saying, I don't know. I feel like he was lying. But at the end of the day, I feel like some people could be like, okay, let me take advantage of the racial sensitivity in the United States. Mm-hmm. Because in the United States, I feel like racial sensitivity is the highest in the world, and it has a platform. I'm not saying racist stuff happens everywhere, 100%. But I feel like, especially the African Americans in the United States, that is a sensitive, very sensitive thing right there. So if he's crazy, he's thinking, if I make up this story, my notoriety and my celebrity is only going to explode. That's how I perceive what he was trying to accomplish, if that's what he was doing. You know what I'm saying?
But that's horrible.
But he went too far. He said they threw a noose around his neck.
Yeah.
And all that, it just sounds so crazy that
the whole thing's not. He's coming from Subway at what time in the morning?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like,
first of all, what Subway's open that late?
I
don't know. Chicago might be different, so there's that. Sorry.
Did he not change the story and say like they weren't white, or he said they were like black, like Jamaicans or something? And then that's why Dave Chappelle was like, he changed it from "this is MAGA country" to "this is MAGA country."
Oh my gosh! I mean, that story was crazy. I mean, so did he deserve to be canceled after that?
I think so. I think so.
If you're gonna fake,
if he's gonna lie like that, absolutely. There's real people suffering from racism and things like that, and you're gonna, when someone does something like that, it's almost like when a woman is assaulted, but then there's another woman that lies and says she was assaulted,
right?
And then people are like, oh well, are these women telling the truth?
Exactly.
Or are they lying? And that's the same thing for
it's just
you take credit away from the real victims.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it. Yeah.
So that's why I say I think he deserves to be canceled. And then I got too excited about this, but we got to talk about R. Kelly.
You got really too excited to talk about. He's excited about talking about this, y'all.
Is R. Kelly canceled?
1,000% yes.
Do you think that's as widespread as it should be?
No, sadly.
Okay, that's what I was getting to, right? Why is it that after all the stuff R. Kelly's done, why is it that, and I'm going to say it. No, I'm not going to say it.
Say it, please.
Why do you think some people still can't cancel R. Kelly even though he's had girls like chained up in his house and all that stuff? Or not in his house, but just places.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I mean, because
Is Remix to Ignition that good? Honestly.
I mean, okay. The things he did is horrible. I can't even downplay it or joke about it because it was horrible. But, and I'm not making excuses, I promise you I'm not, it's the music. Music has a strong tie to people. Mm-hmm. It brings them to different memories and a lot of and I can't take this away from him. The man was a musical genius. He had so many good songs, and a lot of times it takes him back to weddings, picnics, family reunions, or whatever. You have
Step in the Name of Love is at almost every black wedding.
Yeah. So I think that's what it is. It's tied to some life event for them.
Right. It's an emotional thing.
It's so part of a lot of people's culture. So it is hard to separate that song from what he did.
Right.
I'm not saying it's right, but
it's not right.
R. Kelly is canceled. So
he is canceled. You nailed it. You nailed it. You 100% nailed it. It's the music and the emotional tie.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I do. I understand.
Right.
But the thing is with canceling, the proper way to cancel is to not support that artist or whatever, the music, whatever, for R. Kelly, the music. So you're not, I don't want to say we're canceling him as a person, because I'm not God. I can't say you're done for, but I can choose to not support your music.
Right.
Hit him where it hurts. He's not going to get any more royalty, any more money to keep continuing to hurt these young girls. Because that's what they are, young girls.
Right.
Or even for any other entertainment, you want to, I'm not going to support their whatever. But to counsel a person, you're taking a whole different role, especially as a Christian.
Right.
And if you keep counseling people, you're taking away their chance at redemption.
So as a Christian, can you cancel someone? Can you cancel them? As a Christian, what does it look like? That's a better question. As a Christian, if you are to cancel someone, is that a Christian thing to do? And if it is, what does it look like?
First of all, I don't think I hate the word cancel because it sounds so like
unchristian.
That part.
Yeah.
So no, but I think you have to, okay, let's put it in this term. So let's say if you have a pedophile. He's changed, he's found Christ, whatever. So you're not going to shun him or counsel him, but you are going to use wisdom. You're not going to put that person around kids. You're still going to have open arms, but you're going to use wisdom. You're not going to put them around kids or whatever the case may be. But counseling somebody, you're just taking away that redemption, that person's ability to change and grow. Yeah. So you can not support their artist, their whatever they're doing, but that person is kind of like, I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I think when it comes to canceling, not supporting their music, I don't think that when it comes to being a Christian, I don't think that is problematic when it comes to your faith. I think it becomes problematic when you're canceling the person, because then it's almost like, to me, that sounds like you're passing judgment upon them. Part. And we're not God, right? And it's almost like, he who is without sin cast the first stone, right? You are not perfect. R. Kelly, Papa John. You think Papa John's the only person that says racist stuff, that has a problem saying the N-word? You probably work with people that say the N-word all the time, but guess what? They're not on a platform to where you can see it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have, and you don't know why that guy is like that. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly, I'm pretty sure I watched the beginning. I had to stop watching the documentary, but I watched the beginning of it, and he had some issues, right?
Yes, he was molested as a child. Now, again, not an excuse.
It's not an excuse, but you have to think about it like this too. If you were in R. Kelly's shoes and you had the same upbringing as him, you probably would have made similar decisions to him. So it's almost like you have to still have grace because you didn't live that person's life. So if you look at it that way, the Christian way, you can't cancel a person. You can cancel their actions. You know what I'm saying? You cannot support them and, what they do, but you always have to have grace for the person. You know what I'm saying? You have to pray for that person. You have to, you know what I'm saying? You have to do what God has done for you countless times when you weren't doing right. You know what I'm saying? You have to extend the love of Christ to others. And when you said the kind of thing about the pedophile, absolutely. If I know someone's a pedophile, they are not going to be around my kids. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's just something with me. But that doesn't mean I don't forgive them for, their past. It's just that you still got to use wisdom. Like, I wouldn't let R. Kelly around my 14-year-old daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. No.
No. Speaking of, so, like you hear a lot of times today of, I guess can I answer that question? People saying certain things or something in the past. Do you think they should lose their job for that because of maybe something they said out in public, whether it's via social media or whatever? Do you think they should lose their job, whether it's an entertainer or, like, I think of the most recent person was Roseanne. Was it Roseanne that her show? She was Roseanne Barr. She said, I can't remember. She said she was talking about somebody, but whatever happened, whatever was said, it caused her to lose her job. A lot of people were saying she shouldn't. Some people said she should. So my question, not just for Roseanne, but just for people in general, if they have said something or done something, should whatever they said cost them? If it isn't, well, cost them the job.
I think it depends. You know, I feel like I have a lot of actors that have said things. I have a lot of favorite actors that have probably said, I think I've heard them, that they said racist things in the past, but I believe that they've grown as people. So I feel like if you said something to anything, and I know I keep using racism, but things that you've done in the past, like Kevin Hart, but see, actually Kevin Hart's not even a good example, because he is a comedian, so he relies on shock value too. So it's like,
well, I'm not current things, like you say it live time, not necessarily.
Oh, live time.
Yeah, not somebody dragging something from 10 years ago. They say it live right now. They tweet it out. It gets somebody tells their job or for their school or whatever, so they lose.
I don't think they should be fired.
Scholarships or job or whatever.
I don't think they should be fired. And but also it also depends what it is.
Yeah.
Like, if you say, I'm a Nazi and I want to kill people, yeah, I think you should lose your job. And you mean it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying, like, even though you shouldn't really joke about that.
I was like, you were laughing. I was like, oh my gosh.
But if you, like, you really stand behind that statement.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what he's doing.
You know, I don't want you to work for me. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think it's a case by case scenario.
Yeah, that's a very thin line. And exactly.
It's a case by case scenario.
It's really hard. So,
yeah,
I think we have a lot of work to do and keep this conversation going about cancel culture, because we can't just go around canceling everybody, y'all. I mean, at the end of the day, no one's going to have an original opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So, just let us know what you guys think about cancel culture. If you think it's going out of hand, let us know in the comments what you guys think. So, guys, we have a new segment called What's on Your Mind. This is where we will connect with you guys. If you mention something in the comments, we will talk about it on our show. So on our first episode, we talked about deal breakers. And one of our followers at handle at Sonia_sunshine08 asked, should having a difficult time getting along with your mate's family be a deal breaker? So what do you think, Jo'Van?
No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe this is wrong, and I don't care. I really don't. Like, I don't care. Like, it'll be annoying, you know, going to family functions and everyone's just like, You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, are you saying that if they don't like you, or they don't like you, your parents don't like your significant other?
If my significant other's family doesn't like me.
Okay.
But okay, yeah. If my family doesn't like my significant other, that's gonna be annoying. That's gonna be annoying because it's like, why? You know, like literally why? And if it's a good reason, I probably won't be with that person. So I don't think I'd be in that situation, honestly. I think it does matter to me what my family thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then also I gotta say, my mom, me and her disagree on the choices that I make.
Oh Lord.
And I feel like I'm just gonna have to get used to that. So, Mom, you don't count. Your opinion doesn't matter on this. I'm sorry.
It's funny. For me, I think I would care both ways. Like, just because I don't want that drama. I don't want, because I mean, let's say that relationship goes further. You end up marrying that person. You're marrying the family. So, I mean, yes, I don't have to be like best buds, but I don't want any tension and button heads at the same time. So, I guess it depends on what's the level of not getting along with them. Like, if it's just like, you're not my favorite, but you're fine. I can be cordial. I'll get you a Christmas gift, birthday gift, things of that nature, and call it a day. Mm-hmm. I'm not eating at your house every day. That's fine. But if it's something where it's like tension when we're just even in the same room, I can't deal.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Because it just, I don't know. I just think about the long run of like you end up marrying this person. Dating is what it is.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I just like want everybody just get along too, though. So there's that.
Okay.
So, yeah. And guys, I mean, you guys can answer this as well. So just let us know in the comments what you guys think. Would there be a deal breaker for you if you couldn't get along with your significant others or partners, family, or and vice versa? Let us know. We would love to hear from you. Well, this was fun. I mean, please don't cancel us. We want to come back next week with you guys to keep that conversation going. So subscribe, like, share with a friend, tell your loved ones, join that conversation, and follow us on our social media pages. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Love you.
See y'all next time.